Protesters once again gathered in the vicinity of the White House, kept a distance away by layers of police and Secret Service officers, invoking the name of the man whose death has sparked these nationwide protests.
George Floyd!
The president chose to assign responsibility for the violence that broke out in the past 24 hours, singling out the predominantly left-wing anti-fascist movement known as Antifa. The United States, he tweeted, will be designated Antifa as a terrorist organization. The problem is that there's no US law that would allow a group to be designated in this way. And the American Civil Liberties Union was quick to point out that any attempt to do so would raise concerns about the constitutional right to free speech, adding that a terrorist is an inherently political label that is easily abused and misused. The Attorney General subsequently clarified that the Joint Terrorism Task Force would investigate the violence, focusing on whether any group, including Antifa, was responsible. And Washington's mayor called on the president to temper the tone of his tweets.
I think that the president has a role to play nationally in calming the unrest that we see in cities across America. And I think at the least, he has to not incite violence, and that's what we would expect.
Presidential candidate Joe Biden visited a protest site. Wearing a mask, he talked to demonstrators and then released this tweet urging the need to listen, and whether intentionally or not, including a picture of himself taking a knee in the manner of athletes in recent years protesting police brutality. There were some isolated incidents of unrest, particularly in Philadelphia, where a building was set alight and arrests were made. As the demonstrations continued into the night, there were once again outbreaks of violence in various cities. Flames flickering a few blocks away from the White House in what police described as renewed vandalism, further marring what had been a day of largely peaceful protest. Mike Hanna, Al Jazeera, Washington.